Hello Year 6! For English this week we're focusing on adverts and the literary techniques that their writers use to grab their audience's attention. Now, as we've already learnt so much about the importance of the rainforests, we're going to focus on adverts that have an environmental message this week. Now, you'll already know that the purpose of every single advert is to persuade the viewer or the reader. Now, we see lots of adverts every single day, and without even thinking about it much, your brain will already have decided if the adverts you see, read and hear are effective. So you're already mini experts in this area. This week we're going to really home in on some of the clever techniques and devices that adverts use and learn a few new ones along the way. Last week you worked on poetry, and the devices used for poems are of course used in adverts too, as they're pleasing to the ear. So remember to listen out for alliteration, simile, metaphor, repetition and rhyme. So let's get properly started. Our targets, our learning objectives for today, are to listen to and reflect upon the techniques used to persuade the viewer or reader in a particular advert that we're going to look at. And we're going to then evaluate this advert for its quality. In other words, how effective it is at persuading us of its message. One of the main techniques used in adverts is this: pathos. Pathos is an appeal made to the audience's emotions in order to evoke a particular feeling. Every single advert does this using the variety of literary techniques that you've already studied in poetry. Pathos is actually a Greek word, and the word means, in Greek, experience or suffering. But it's to make the audience feel something about what it sees or hears, which is why so many adverts that we watch show us images of children or animals, illness perhaps, in memories. They're trying to evoke that certain feeling and they're trying to tug at your heartstrings. The idea is that more of a connection that advert makes with its audience, the more likely it is to stick in their mind for a long time, and the more likely they are to do something or buy something or act upon something as a result of watching an advert, because remember, adverts are there to persuade us. So pathos is one of the main techniques used in adverts, designed to create a strong feeling in the audience. But how does it work? Today we're going to look at pathos in action and see how effective it is in persuading the audience, or in other words, in this case, us. So we're going to start by thinking about emotions. Now, I've got a list of different emotions that you might feel when you are watching a particular advert campaign here. And what I'd like you to do is note down, or if you printed out this page, you can circle the ones you feel as you watch today's advert. But if you haven't printed out this page, it's absolutely fine. You can just have this up on the screen next to you, or you can note them down. You can come back to this page afterwards, and we'll always have a look at it twice so that you really get the idea. So I've got tense here. Does this advert make you feel on edge? Does it make you feel alert? In other words, has it got your attention? Does it make you feel excited, nervous, stressed, depressed, tired, calm, relaxed, happy, upset, serene, in other words, without a care in the world, lethargic, really weary, or elated? Does it leave you on that high feeling? So have a think about those before we watch. You're going to note down or circle the ones that you feel as we watch today's advert, because we're looking to see the pathos that is created by the advertiser. So get your pencil and paper ready, or get ready to circle from this list as we watch our first advert for this week. The advert that we're going to analyse today was made by Greenpeace and used by Iceland food stores. It's intended to raise awareness about the deforestation of the rainforests for the production of palm oil, which is used in lots of products. But Iceland wanted everybody to know that they were pledging not to include palm oil in any of their own brand products. So the idea of the advert is to persuade us to buy their products because they don't have palm oil in them.
There's a orangutan in my bedroom and I don't know what to do. She plays with all my teddies and keeps borrowing my shoe. She destroys all of my houseplants and she keeps on shouting, ooh. She throws away my chocolate and she howls at my shampoo. There's a orangutan in my bedroom and I don't want her to stay. So I told the naughty orangutan that she had to go away. Orangutan in my bedroom, just before you go, why were you in my bedroom? I really want to know. There's a human in my forest and I don't know what to do. He destroyed all of our trees for your food and your shampoo. There's a human in my forest and I don't know what to do. He took away my mother and I'm scared he'll take me too. There are humans in my forest and I don't know what to do. They're burning it for palm oil. So I thought I'd stay with you. Orangutan in my bedroom, now I do know what to do. I'll fight to save your home and I'll stop you feeling blue. I'll share your story far and wide so others can fight too. Orangutan in my bedroom, I swear it on the stars. The future's not yet written, but I'll make sure it is ours.
Now that we've seen the advert for the first time, which emotions did you write down or circle from the list? Now, if you didn't quite decide, let's just have a recap. Here's our list here. Did you feel tense, alert, excited, nervous, stressed, depressed, tired, calm, relaxed, happy, upset, serene, lethargic, or elated? If you didn't quite decide, we'll rewatch it quickly so you can note down a couple of these ideas that you most identified with. So you only need one or two really here.
There's a orangutan in my bedroom and I don't know what to do. She plays with all my teddies and keeps borrowing my shoe. She destroys all of my houseplants and she keeps on shouting, ooh. She throws away my chocolate and she howls at my shampoo. There's a orangutan in my bedroom and I don't want her to stay. So I told the naughty orangutan that she had to go away. Orangutan in my bedroom, just before you go, why were you in my bedroom? I really want to know. There's a human in my forest and I don't know what to do. He destroyed all of our trees for your food and your shampoo. There's a human in my forest and I don't know what to do. He took away my mother and I'm scared he'll take me too. There are humans in my forest and I don't know what to do. They're burning it for palm oil. So I thought I'd stay with you. Orangutan in my bedroom, now I do know what to do. I'll fight to save your home and I'll stop you feeling blue. I'll share your story far and wide so others can fight too. Orangutan in my bedroom, I swear it on the stars. The future's not yet written, but I'll make sure it is ours.
Now, hopefully, you've got your couple of key emotions noted down already from watching the adverts so that we can continue to analyse the pathos that's created by this particular advertising campaign. It's interesting to see that when advertisers are researching the effectiveness of their campaigns, they rate the emotions people say they experience when watching the advert on a scale similar to this one. It's more likely that people will remember an advert that arouses them, so they're looking for words that fall on this high arousal side of the scale, but also they want words that people say that make them feel very positive. So in order for an advert to really stick in people's minds and help them to think about it for long after they've seen the advert, which is what the advertisers want, they're looking for this, the words that fall on this side of the scale. So take a few moments to think. Where were the emotions that you noted down that you experienced when watching the advert? Where do they fall on the scale? Do you think that it's effectively done the job of hitting upon your emotions to engage you? Now, it's likely that if you've noted down any of the feelings in this part of the scale, then it has done its job well. Your task for today is to reflect upon the advert that we've shared and evaluate it for its strengths and its weaknesses. Has it achieved its intended purpose, in your opinion, through the use of pathos? So, next we're going to look at the text in a little bit more detail and analyse it a little further before we do that. So you have this on the Google Drive, and what we'd like you to do is look at it. You may want to highlight it, analyse it to see which lines from the adverts were particularly effective in your opinion. Can you spot any emotive language that you thought was effective on you, the audience? Can you spot any use of repetition for effect? Any rhetorical questions? Ideas that particularly stuck out to you to create that effect and really make the message stick in your mind. So that's your first task. You might want to take your coloured highlighters or coloured pencils, and you're going to have a look and see if you can find any emotive language. First one that sticks out to me: she howls at my shampoo. I'm not going to do all of this for you. This is your job now. Go through and see if you can analyse the text for these ideas. Take a few moments to do that now. Now that we're back together, you can see how I've just highlighted my text to pull apart and show the emotive language that stuck out to me, that use of repetition for effect, the rhetorical question of why were you in my bedroom, and the effective sentences that really hit this message home to me. I'll fight to save your home. I'll share your story far and wide so others can fight too. And that final line, the future's not yet written, but I'll make sure it is ours. That gave us that feeling of really being elated that there was hope. Now, your last job for today is to write a short evaluation in the point, evidence, explanation style that we've worked on lots of times before to back up your ideas and make sure that we clearly explain our thinking. Now that you've identified the emotive language, rhetorical question, effective sentences and repetition for effect that was used in the text of the advert to really create that pathos, make it stick in our mind, make the image last much longer than the time that we were watching the advert. How effective do you think the advert is at creating pathos and pushing the message of not using and buying products that contain palm oil, in your opinion? Now, I've left lots of sentence openers here that you might find useful, because you're going to write a paragraph here about the advert to explain how effective it was. You might want to talk about some weaknesses as well if you don't think it was particularly strong and it didn't create that pathos in your mind. Think back to the scale. Where did those emotions that first came to mind fall on the scale for you? And then you're going to use these sentence openers. So, in my opinion, it does this by... Now, this sentence opener here is so that you can provide some evidence, and you might want to look back at the text and pick out some parts in particular that you think it uses to really get to the heartstrings of the viewer. In particular, that's also that you can give an example. Certain part here that you might pick out made me feel or made me think. As I see it, the advert is effective at creating pathos or ineffective. My favourite part was, now for me it's the final line, but it's up to you what you write here, but you're going to justify it and say because and give us the reason why. And perhaps you might want to use some other sentence openers such as in addition or also to add a little bit more information to your point. Now, this is on the Google Drive, so you can write it here, but you don't need to. Any piece of paper is fine. What we're looking for is an evaluative paragraph today to back up your points of whether you think this advert has created pathos effectively to push that message, that environmental message of not using and buying products that contain palm oil, in your opinion. So good luck for that task today, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow. Here's the advert one last time, just so that you can think about it before you properly start writing your paragraph.
There's a orangutan in my bedroom and I don't know what to do. She plays with all my teddies and keeps borrowing my shoe. She destroys all of my houseplants and she keeps on shouting, ooh. She throws away my chocolate and she howls at my shampoo. There's a orangutan in my bedroom and I don't want her to stay. So I told the naughty orangutan that she had to go away. Orangutan in my bedroom, just before you go, why were you in my bedroom? I really want to know. There's a human in my forest and I don't know what to do. He destroyed all of our trees for your food and your shampoo. There's a human in my forest and I don't know what to do. He took away my mother and I'm scared he'll take me too. There are humans in my forest and I don't know what to do. They're burning it for palm oil, so I thought I'd stay with you. Orangutan in my bedroom, now I do know what to do. I'll fight to save your home and I'll stop you feeling blue. I'll share your story far and wide so others can fight too. Orangutan in my bedroom, I swear it on the stars. The future's not yet written, but I'll make sure it is ours.